to ask you a question. Do you like running explosive light on your rocket launchers? And do you like to get stasis weapon boosts on top of that? And do you also like to get extra damage on your supers via Staria skills? If you answered yes to any of them, I've got just a build for you. Because this build, honestly, it synergizes so well together with everything. I've got a bit enhanced fresh going on. I've got stasis siphon going on to create the orbs. I will show you exactly what I'm talking about right now, how it's working together, how the explosive light and Staria scales work together so well. So basically, Staria scales, you gain additional super energy from orbs of power you pick up. While your super energy is full, picking up an orb of power overcharges your super. So the first part of it is you need to get your super as quick as possible. This is where this comes in. My enhanced fresh forensic nightmare is a stasis submachine gun this season. So the enhanced fresh is really good. It's subtly good. It's real subtle, but you notice it in some of the clips how fast my super's going up. So the enhanced fresh is going to help me get my super quick with Staria scales for a start. But then what I do on top of that is I run stasis siphon mod. So rapid stasis weapon final blows create an orb of power. And that's all stacking with the Staria scales first part. So gain additional super energy from orbs. So I'm creating orbs. I get extra super power from picking up the orbs. You get more than what you would do if you wasn't running the Staria scales from the orbs. So that's that part sort of covered, getting the super. And what I also run here is this font of wisdom. So I'm going to go more into the build, but this is quite a key part as well, and that stacks all on top of that. So as we can imagine now, we've got the super. I've got clips coming up as well to show you, but we've got the super now going. And now imagine that we've got the super, and now what we need to do, we shifted then, what we need to do is overcharge the super. So overcharging the super is where the other part of the build comes in. So creating orbs of power overcharges your super. Now that pops up on the bottom left, and that's called Feast of Light, and that goes all the way up to ×8. And I think, because I couldn't get a definite answer on it, I think it's like 60% extra damage your super does. And obviously we're sticking the Palmyra B in there, which is stasis, and that is going to benefit from the font of might as well that I'm running on this build. Again, I'm going more into the build right at the end, but you're going to get a really nice damage buff on this. It's 25% it is from explosive light, so you're going to get 25% damage buff by picking up orbs of power. And as you've seen with my forensic nightmare and the stasis siphon mod, you're going to create absolutely loads of orbs for yourself and for your teammates. Now the best selling point of this is it's really variable. You can run it on your own if you like, if you're doing lost sectors or something like that. The gameplay I've got is I was in a team like against Rulk, and I just did a normal lost sector just to show it off, but you can use it for yourself or with your teammates. It's entirely up to you. You self-support really if you play on your own, because you create your own orbs, you create your own super overcharge, and you're creating your own extra damage from explosive light. So they all work together perfectly. I've got some clips, let me know what you think. So that I also run this one here, Font of Wisdom, picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type, gives you a significant increase in your intellect. So them shards there that I'm picking up are going to proc this because I'm running elemental shards. So stasis shards count as elemental wells, so the shards that you see are acting like elemental wells. I've also got Font of Might going on there for that extra damage on my stasis weapons. So it's a really good sort of synergy with everything, with the fresh and the extra super you get from the orbs from Staria scales as well, the enhanced fresh, the stasis siphon, and that improved ability regen. That's the Font of Wisdom, that gives you 100 intellect for 30 seconds. That's basically what that mod does. So as you can sort of see the link with all the orbs. So that little clip there was to show you how quick you sort of get your super. And now this clip here is I've just sort of done it so you've seen me get my super. That was the sort of first part of it, is actually getting your super, so all them weapons, mods, or work to help get your super. And now what it is now, we've obviously got the super, so we're trying to now overcharge the super and overcharge our rocket with explosive light, our rocket launcher. Quite easy to do with the stasis siphon mod again. just constantly creating orbs, as you can see there, all the time. It's a bit annoying because Rulk there is like cock blocking me from getting him. I can't get him because of the shield, but as soon as he's there I go and grab him. That's the ×4 Feast of Light straight away. Now what I do in this clip, I just sort of skip it along. It's the same clip, I just skipped it along. I've got a ×5 there, and these two Thrall that spawn, them Thrall there, kill them, and every time you kill 2 of them you create an orb. So just in this bit alone, if you come up here with no Feast of Light, you can easily get 6 or 7, sometimes 8, if you could just let your teammates just to let you kill them. You can easily get your ×8 Feast of Light and also your ×6 Explosive Light for your rocket launcher. So that's my ×8. Hopefully you can sort of see exactly how it's all working together. So I've got an overcharged super now, ×8, and I've also got my explosive light on my rocket launcher ×6. So I've got 2 things overcharged. Rulk's about to get some serious harm done to him with the extra damage from the super, from Starry Scales, and also the explosive light rocket launcher. I've also got Font of Might going on there, so there's another extra bit of damage as well. So this is the sort of thing you can do. Overcharged super, couple of rockets, and they're all doing massive damage increases. So that's the sort of synergy with it, how it all sort of works together. I hope you found the sort of short explanation pretty good. I'm going to definitely put some more clips in at the end of the explosive light working and break the numbers down a little bit also. But let me know what you think in the vid. I mean, we've got the fast supers and how we can sort of overcharge them quick, fast, efficient, and the best thing about this, it's really good for solo players. You're not relying on anybody. So just to quickly touch on how quick you get your super back, this is the sort of thing you want to be doing. You want to be freezing them, getting the elemental shard going to get your improved intellect going from Font of Wisdom, so that gives you increased intellect along with the enhanced fresh. You've got a stasis weapon boost there going as well, so we're going to have a nice intellect boost, enhanced fresh going. We're creating orbs from the stasis siphon, and them orbs are giving us extra super energy with the Starry Scales, so it's all working nicely together. And here I'm not really sweating it out, I'm just chilling, killing a few ads here and there, and your super goes up really nicely very quickly. So the super gains on it is quite good on its own anyway. And there is another way you could do it. You can run it with Vega's Scepter, do the same thing, exactly the same with Vega's Scepter. But the problem with that, I found it don't create orbs as good as the stasis submachine gun, the Forensic Nightmare. For some reason it's not as consistent as creating the orbs, so it leaves you a bit short sometimes on the explosive light. But this is definitely the best way forward, I think, if you want to keep your explosive light topped up the most and you feast the light all the time. So I hope the vid has been decent enough. I'm gonna leave the last sort of 2 minutes of the video at the end after this clip about the build. So just before I go into the full build, I just sort of want to explain that when I do videos I always like to try and get across the point of what I'm doing, to try and explain it the best I can. I'm not really one of these who's going to do loads of like fancy clips and fancy editing and all this type of stuff. It's more important to me that you get the point of what I'm doing and how the build works. So just to sort of finalise it, these are I've shown you some of the mods already, but these are all the mods that I'm using together. Elemental shards, so all the shards that I create act as elemental wells, and I get the elemental shards, the stasis shards, sorry, from Grim Harvest and Dustfield Grenades, freezing targets. You're always going to create loads of shards, they're going to turn into elemental wells. Picking up one of them shards is going to proc my Font of Might, which is 25%. Works really nicely with stasis weapons, so you get a 25% damage buff. I also run high energy fire because I can always get charged with light, high energy fire, which is another 20% on top of that. So you get another 20% as long as I am charged with light, and I'm becoming charged with light with elemental charge. So picking up elemental shards or elemental wells. Obviously I'm running elemental shards, so that's giving me ×2 charge with light. It's always giving me my high energy fire. And then Font of Wisdom is the other nice one that gets your super back even quicker. That gives you 100 intellect for 30 seconds. So picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type grants you a temporary significant increase in your intellect. So all that working together, your Font of Wisdom, your enhanced fresh, your stasis siphon, and the extra super that you get from the orbs that you pick up when you're running Star Eater scales. So I hope the vid's been useful. Try it out, you'll love it. Like I said, I could have put a load of clips in there of me smashing some bosses, but it's just, for me, I just wanted to sort of explain the setup and the build and how good it is for solo players, especially because you're not relying on anybody. You create your own orbs, overcharge your own super, overcharge your own rocket launcher. You don't need anybody else. You can play on your own if you need to. If you're a solo player, it'll suit you down to the ground. Or if you like playing in teams, you're going to help your teammates out massively also with the amount of orbs that you're creating as well. Have a great day, take it easy.